This is Kiara, okay? She just chilling. We listen to music, hear it, shaking the booty, shake the booty. That's Likiyvia. Check out Likiyvia. This is our going away farewell party for me and my sisters. Just chilling. This is Kiara. Kiara, do a little dance. Get it. Move, Tonya. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Watch it. This is Likiyvia, Kiara's best friend. Watch her get it. Watch her get it. Watch her get it. Watch her get it. This is Muffin. Muffin's best friend. Tonya's best friend. Watch her get it. Watch her get it. Watch her get it. Watch her get it. This